In our 20s, we often chase what we perceive as important, fancy job titles, Instagram-worthy experiences, and that ideal relationship. But as we step into our 30s, something shifts. The game changes entirely. Your 30s aren't about merely checking off boxes anymore. Instead, it's about establishing foundations that genuinely matter. While you still possess the energy and opportunities to enact significant changes, this is the point where you grasp that compound interest applies not just to your finances, but to every facet of your life. What no one tells you is, most individuals squander their 30s by optimizing for the wrong things. They concentrate on ascending ladders that lead to walls they have no desire to climb. What truly holds significance in your 30s isn't what society dictates you should care about, but rather what will resonate with you when you're 40, 50, or 80 years old. Looking back, it's about what accumulates over time, rather than what simply feels good in the immediate present. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal precisely what genuinely matters in your 30s, from your finances to relationships, health, and time, stripped of the usual platitudes. No inspiring quotations, no celebrity case studies, no hustle culture propaganda. Just practical wisdom you'll wish someone had shared with you years ago. Chapter 1. Crucial Financial Foundations. Your 30s represent a prime window for executing financial maneuvers that will reverberate for many decades to come. This period of opportunity won't remain open indefinitely. What genuinely matters? Commencing retirement savings? Not later, but right now. An individual who begins investing at 35 must save almost twice as much monthly as someone who started at 25 to achieve the same amount by 65. The objective isn't about becoming wealthy, but about affording your future self options. Consider this. If you invest $500 monthly starting at age 30 versus age 40, the disparity by age 65 isn't merely 10 years of contributions. It frequently amounts to hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not exaggeration. That's mathematics. 1% improvement rule powerfully applies to finances. Minor adjustments, automating an additional 1% to savings each month, trimming fees by 0.5%, slightly boosting investment returns, don't just accumulate over decades. They compound exponentially, leading to substantial divergence in outcomes. What doesn't matter? The make of your car, maintaining pace with friends, lifestyles, or even your precise investment returns in the short term. We fixate on securing an extra 1% return, while disregarding the 15% we're not saving at all. We'll devote hours to researching a $200 purchase, yet won't spare 20 minutes to set up automated investments. Isn't that fascinating? It's akin to diligently researching the finest umbrella while your roof has a gaping hole. What matters is grasping the might of compound interest. A dollar saved in your 30s can be worth $10 to $15 in retirement. Your greatest ally isn't a hot stock tip, it's time. And time is the sole resource you can never reclaim. Establishing a Roth IRA in your 30s, the tax advantages become progressively more valuable as your wealth expands. It's like planting a tree that yields tax-free fruit for the rest of your life. Being your own financial planner carries more weight than most realize. No one cares more about your money than you do. Devoting time to comprehending fundamental investment principles isn't just about saving advisory fees. It's about cultivating the confidence to make decisions aligned with your specific life objectives. The most critical financial inquiry in your 30s isn't how can I get rich quickly, but rather what small, consistent actions can I undertake that will compound over decades. Chapter 2. Impactful Career Trajectories in Your 20s. Professional success frequently equates to impressive titles or employment at renowned companies. But in your 30s, something fundamental shifts, defining career success on your own terms, not society's. Is it flexibility, influence, creativity, income, alignment with your values? There's no universally correct answer, but there is a right answer for you. Observe those a decade ahead on the path you're contemplating. Do they appear fulfilled? Do they possess the work-life balance you desire? The remuneration you seek? The impact you crave? Your future self is watching your choices today. Taking calculated career risks while you still have time to recover is immensely important. The most significant career regrets stem from risks not taken rather than from failures encountered. Your 30s offer a perfect blend of credibility and room for growth. You possess enough experience to be taken seriously, yet still have decades to pivot if necessary. This is the career sweet spot for meaningful experimentation. We avoid career risks out of fear, forgetting that remaining in a misaligned role is itself a substantial risk, a risk to our well-being, growth, and long-term contentment. It's like avoiding the ocean, because you might drown while slowly dehydrating in the desert. Pursuing a complementary venture aligned with your passions isn't merely about additional income. It's about generating options and cultivating skills. In a low-risk setting, cultivate skills that will retain value in a shifting economy. Not solely technical skills, but also human skills, communication, judgment, empathy, and critical thinking. These appreciate over time, while many technical skills depreciate. Finding work that aligns with your ikigai, where passion meets purpose, transforms Monday mornings from a source of dread into a fount of energy. It's not about loving every single minute, but about serving something that matters to you. Forging a professional network before you urgently require it makes all the difference. The optimal time to build connections is when you don't need anything. Your career isn't a linear path, but a constellation. Each point of light connects to create something meaningful, even when individual moves appeared random. The question isn't whether you're on the right path, but whether you're extracting the appropriate lessons, connections, and growth from whatever path you're currently on. Chapter 3. Truly meaningful relationships. We enter our 30s with an assortment of relationships, some by choice, some by circumstance. Now comes the grand curation. Quality over quantity in relationships. The research is unequivocal. Close bonds are the single greatest predictor of lifelong happiness. Not money, not achievements, but relationships. The Harvard study of adult development tracked individuals for over 80 years and discovered something profound. Those most content with their relationships at age 50 were the healthiest at age 80. Your social connections are, quite literally, a matter of life and death. You've likely observed your social circle naturally shrinking in your 30s. That's not something to resist. It's something to intentionally lean into. Understanding your partner's love language isn't just fluffy relationship advice. It's about efficiency and connection. It's about knowing how to make the people you care about genuinely feel cherished in the way that resonates most deeply with them. We jest about having no time for friends in our 30s, yet we'll spend hours scrolling through the highlight reels of people we barely knew in high school. It's like complaining about hunger while discarding groceries. Cultivating more patience, especially with parents, as roles begin to evolve, becomes increasingly valuable. The parent-child dynamic shifts in your 30s, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically. Devoting quality time with good friends to deepen bonds yields rewards that no career accomplishment can match. The conversations that truly matter aren't scheduled in 30-minute increments. They unfold in unhurried spaces, investing in relationships that reciprocate your energy. The friendships where you can resume exactly where you left off, even after months. The partnerships where both individuals choose each other daily, not just initially. Making time for genuine connection, devoid of digital distractions, becomes a radical act. We've normalized the constant interruption of our most profound moments. Learning to release. Unfulfilling relationships isn't a failure, it's growth. It creates room for connections that genuinely nourish you. The most crucial relationship question in your 30s isn't how can I please everyone, but who are my people, and am I investing in them accordingly? Chapter 4. Vital health practices in your 20s. Health often appears to be an infinite resource you can indefinitely borrow against. But in your 30s, you start receiving the initial statements from that debt. Establish sustainable health habits rather than quick-fix programs. The 30-day challenge you despise every minute of achieves far less than the simple daily habit you can maintain for years. Your body is keeping score in your 30s. It's still forgiving, but it's definitely taking notes. We'll meticulously research the perfect workout split or diet plan for weeks, only to abandon it after days. Meanwhile, a daily 10-minute walk maintained for years will transform your health more profoundly than the perfect program followed sporadically. Address mental well-being proactively before reaching crisis points. Your psychological resilience impacts everything: your work, relationships, physical health, and how you navigate the world. Sleep becomes non-negotiable in your 30s. It's the bedrock upon which everything else is constructed. The most important health question in your 30s isn't, how can I resemble an Instagram model? But rather, what small, consistent habits can I maintain that will serve me for decades? Chapter 5. Essential mindset shifts. Our 20s frequently trap us in fixed mindsets about who we are and what we're capable of. But your 30s are prime territory for the great mindset revolution. Cultivate a growth mindset. rather than a fixed mindset. The conviction that you can refine your abilities through dedication and diligent effort fosters resilience and possibilities your fixed mindset. Self couldn't fathom. Mastering the art of saying no without guilt or justification becomes imperative. It's the single most potent tool for crafting the life you truly desire. We'll peruse books on setting boundaries while consenting to things we resent for years. It's akin to studying nutrition while consuming fast food for every meal and wondering why nothing changes. The key lies in shedding the detrimental habits, toxic connections, and self-limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. Your 30s are the opportune time to identify patterns that have shadowed you for a decade. Actively choose different ones. Embracing failure as a learning opportunity, rather than allowing it to define you, transforms everything. The willingness to fail is directly proportional to your capacity for growth. The most crucial mindset question in your 30s isn't how can I be perfect, but how can I be perfectly imperfect while continuing to grow? Chapter 6. Meaningful time. Management time feels different in your 30s. The days lengthen, but the years shorten. Grasp the distinction between urgent and important. Most individuals spend their 30s ensnared in urgent but inconsequential tasks, neglecting the important but non-urgent activities that generate genuine value over time. Time affluence, the sensation of having ample time, becomes more valuable than money. Yet we constantly sacrifice it for things that don't genuinely enhance our lives. We lament being busy while reflexively filling every moment with diversions. It's like complaining about being broke while online shopping every night. A peculiar paradox we rarely examine. Allocate white space in your schedule for creativity and repose. Your most valuable insights and profoundest joys emerge not from cramming more but from allowing room for emergence. Setting boundaries around your time becomes an act of self-respect, because how you spend your days is ultimately how you spend your life. The most significant time question in your 30s isn't how can I accomplish more, but how can I concentrate on what truly matters and release the rest. Chapter 7. Lifestyle choices. Society bombards us with messages about what a successful 30s lifestyle should entail. But there's a profound divergence between an impressive life and a good one. Crafting a home that feels serene and orderly is essential. Not Instagram perfect, but a genuine sanctuary that supports rather than drains you. Prioritizing travel and experiences, while you have fewer commitments, yields dividends, not because they look good online, but because they expand who you are. We postpone meaningful experiences for someday while enduring daily environments that subtly deplete our energy. It's like saving all your cherished attire for a special occasion that never materializes. Treat your digital existence as meticulously as your physical one. The informational diet you consume shapes your thoughts, emotions, and ultimately, your life more than most people realize. Cultivating routines that serve you rather than constrain you fosters freedom within structure. The right limitations don't restrict possibility, they create it. The most important lifestyle question in your 30s isn't how does this appear to others, but rather, does this genuinely enhance my life in meaningful ways? Chapter 8. Purpose and significance that truly matter. The existential questions often hit differently in your 30s. The initial aspirations have either materialized or shifted, creating space for deeper inquiries. Discover your ikigai, where passion, talent, purpose, and opportunity intersect. Not in some grand dramatic revelation, but in the small, daily choices that align with your authentic self. Balancing ambition with contentment becomes the grand dance, striving while simultaneously appreciating what you already possess. We pursue external markers of success, then wonder why achieving them feels hollow. It's like following a treasure map only to unearth someone else's treasure. Interesting, but ultimately not what nourishes your soul. Make meaningful contributions to the causes that resonate with you, not from obligation, but from genuine connection to something larger than yourself. Understanding what enough signifies for you personally fosters liberation. It's the antidote to the endless more that our culture promotes. The most vital purpose question in your 30s isn't am I successful enough, but am I living in alignment with what truly matters to me? Chapter 9. Practical wisdom. Your 30s are when acquired knowledge begins transforming into wisdom. The distinction between knowing something intellectually and embodying it fully. Learn, when to trust your intuition versus your logic. Both are powerful instruments, but knowing which to deploy becomes progressively more valuable. Embracing life's contradictions generates surprising freedom. Structure begets flexibility. Vulnerability fosters strength. Boundaries create liberty. We search for clear, binary answers in a world composed of spectrums and contradictions. It's like attempting to comprehend the ocean by capturing a single wave. Fascinating, but inherently incomplete. Practice mental rehearsal techniques to prepare for challenges, visualizing not merely success, but the obstacles and your responses to them. Cultivates genuine resilience. Learning the true source of your stress triggers transforms reactivity into choice. When you comprehend the why, you gain power over the what. The most important wisdom question in your 30s isn't what should I know, but how can I embody what I already know in a deeper way? We've covered what genuinely matters across multiple domains of life in your 30s. But what truly makes the difference is integration. Recognize how these areas connect and reinforce each other. Financial stability creates space for career risks. Improved health enhances relationships. Wiser time management supports deeper purpose. The greatest gift you can bestow upon your future self is integration today. Not perfection in any single area, but harmony across all of them. We compartmentalize our lives, addressing each area in isolation. It's like attempting to tune individual instruments without considering the orchestra they're a part of. In your 30s, lay foundations that will sustain you for decades, not out of fear or obligation, but from genuine care for your future self. Small, consistent actions today generate exponential results tomorrow. Your 30s aren't about having everything figured out. They're about discerning what truly merits your precious time and energy. The question isn't whether you're navigating your 30s correctly. The question is whether you're dedicating this decade in ways that your 40, 50, and 80-year-old self will express gratitude for what genuinely matters in your 30s. Is granting yourself permission to build a life that resonates with you, with your parents, not with society, not with social media, but with you. And that might just be the greatest gift of this transformative decade.